So my pleasure to introduce our last speaker, which is Madaline Alexander. Hi. Madaline is a member of the supportive care team at Cancer Council New South Wales. She is a psychotherapist and has worked with Cancer Council for over 2 years and has worked with people affected by cancer for over 14 years. And she'll be speaking to us about the Cancer Council support care programs. So please welcome Madaline.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know that I'm really short of time. I'm aware of the time, and just in case people need to get away, I will run through this as quickly as I can, but give you as much information as I can in that time. So initially, I'd just like to begin with by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land that we're all gathered on today, the Gadigal people and of the Eora Nation, and I would like to pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging, and to extend my respects to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders people with us today. This is just a quick, this is our team, the supportive care team, and we provide most of the emotional supports services that I'm going to talk about today. And very quickly, this is the team, our supportive care team. This is the services that we can provide. So we have our Cancer Connect programme, which is a one-to-one service for people who, it's peer support, for people who've gone through something similar. They've got to have been living well with their cancer, finished active treatment for 12 months and undergone our training to provide that service. It's for all cancer types, it's Australia-wide. We have our telephone support groups, which I'll go into in a lot more detail today, which is for advanced cancers or cancers that are difficult to treat, and also we have bereavement as well. And we have our online forum, which I thoroughly recommend that you have a look at. That's for anyone affected by cancer, including carers, all stages, family, friends, and that's worldwide. So it's a really good way of accessing. It is a rare cancer, so you can actually get the opportunity to speak to someone who's maybe going through something similar when you've not been able to connect with someone here. We have our support group leaders training, which is people who, it can be professionals, but also people, quite often people who have gone through cancer, or nurses who then want to go on and actually identify there's nowhere in my community that I can access support group. I want to set up a support group. I don't know where to start. And we have an amazing Nicola, who's got a massive amount of training experience in their field, who actually we provide that training free. And our cancer counselling service, which is either online, face-to-face, a lot less face-to-face, either online, face-to-face or telephone, which actually is surprising how many people actually opt for telephone counselling. Just a quick overview of this is one of our amazing volunteers who does our peer support, our Connect programme. I do know at the moment we've not got anyone within New South Wales who volunteers as one-to-one peer support for people with brain cancer. And that's constantly changing, and we also access that via nationwide, so that's interstate that we do that. It's face-to-face, it's via the telephone. The person's gone through a training, they can't give you advice, but they can definitely talk to you from their experience of what it's like to have gone through that cancer journey. They talk about the coping, diagnosis, side effects, to the treatment, the feelings, the impact it's had on relationships, and really about that survivorship. And people really value that. Support group leader training, as I've told you about very briefly. One of the things that people have said after the training, and it's really nice because the training, when you're doing the training, it's professionals and, as I said, people who have gone through training, their cancer journey, that then want to give something back, and they're all together doing the training. And also we not only have, you do some online and then you do 2 half-day training, and then it's ongoing training and support. So it's not just that one-off, it's ongoing. And this is what someone said, it's my confidence has been significantly enhanced from the training. It's absolutely what I needed. In fact, I really opened my eyes, head and heart to leadership support groups I'm well-resourced, excited and anxious about setting up my support group, confident knowing that the Cancer Council and the support group community is there to help me, and a support group to make a difference to people with their lives. And that was one of the people who's gone through our training. Our online support, as I said, is for everyone affected by cancer. It's moderated by our members of our team, so it's constantly being moderated. There's forums, people share their experiences. There's blogs. We regularly send out newsletters. There's monthly newsletters that's got a lot of information in it. So it's a great resource, and you can get it via cancercouncil.com.au. There's going to be lots of leaflets outside, so anything that you miss, there's leaflets outside, so you can pick up our leaflets which will direct you in the right, because I know I'm running through this. Having a Scottish Glaswegian accent helps you to talk fast. I hope you can understand me. You might need to teletext, but I'm trying to talk quickly. So our professional counselling service, our team that you saw the pictures of, we're all either psychotherapists or counsellors, but we also have access to a large group of counsellors who are all cancer counselling professionals, which is a separate organisation to us. It means that they've all got a lot of experience of working with people impacted by cancer. So not just for the person themselves with cancer, but also their family, our close friends, as someone who's really caring for that person can access our counselling service. You get initial 6 sessions. As I said, they're face-to-face, telephone or online, and I'm really surprised at how many people access via telephone. It's what most people feel comfortable. They don't have to travel. They don't have to worry about online connection. They don't have to worry about what they look like, and actually people just really like telephone counselling. There can be a fee, but it can also be subsidised. So we have, we'll do an initial subsidy, look at your finances, and there can be a subsidy or partial subsidy. And the referrals are via 13 11 20, and this is what someone said about our counselling service. My counsellor was a superior frontline person for the person in extreme distress. He listened to me and allowed me to find the strength that I had that I possess that I couldn't find myself. And I think it's really someone to talk to. People who have never accessed counselling before really come and actually are amazed at how helpful it is. And this is the support group leaders and the support group that I run, the Brain one, and quite regularly with my beautiful colleague. He's one of our volunteers. He is a counsellor with a lot of experience. And we do the support, his name's Rob, and we run it twice a month. It's normally between 3 and 8 people. We will run the group maximum of 8, minimum of 3 people. It's just an amazing group. It's via the telephone, and the other groups that we also run is we have metastatic breast group, advanced generalised cancer, our brain one, myeloma, pancreatic metastatic melanoma. We have a carers group, so that's for anyone as well who's caring for someone who's impacted by cancer. So again, it doesn't have to be their partner. We have people who it's their parents, we have people it's their brothers or sisters. We have people who are caring for someone in India, but they're living here, so we really understand that it's not just if you're locally caring for people. There's lots of need for people to care for in all different situations. And we also run the Reclaim Life, which is one of the previous speakers spoke about that as well. So we run that group as well. So really quickly, as again I'm conscious of your time. So if I was just to tell you the format of a support group, because people think, well, a support group, what is it? How does it actually run? And especially on the telephone. Our groups are between 1:30 and 2:30. It's the first and third Thursday of the month. There's 2 facilitators. We always do an acknowledgement of country. We'll go through the group guidelines. We'll go through confidentiality, privacy, respect. It's really important that people are in a space where they can't be overheard. People think, I'm on the phone, I can't be overheard, but it's really important you're in a quiet space. We do a grounding exercise, which is just a bit of breathing, bit of movement, just something to get people settled. And then we do a check-in, and we'll just really, if it's your first time attending the group, each person will introduce themselves a little bit about their cancer diagnosis, their treatment, but the main thing is how they're doing. How are you doing at the moment? How have you been since our last group? And then really, this is a mutual aid model. So we then pass, which is very different from other groups where you might have speakers. Our groups are very much, we'll then pass it over to the group members. And the group members will then talk about relationships, their treatment, their medicine, their side effects, how I'm doing, the impact that not being able to drive is having on them, how they're feeling about that, a lot of the grief they're experiencing, but also the great things that's happening in their lives as well. To also talk about how grateful they are, how they appreciate life, how they're finding hope. We have people who have just been diagnosed attend our groups. We have people who have in the middle of treatment, maybe a year ago, and we also have people at the end of life. So they're really talking about proper palliative care, end of life palliative care, and what that means. And we've had people attend the group who have come home from hospital and maybe in their last days. But the group's so important to them that that's really important for them that they attend a group. And the beauty is that if you're not in the best place, no one can see you. And at the end, we might say something like, oh, you know, what are you planning to do after you finish the group? And so many people say, well, I'm actually in my bed today, and I might actually just have a cup of tea or go for a sleep. But we don't know that when we're talking to people, and that's really beautiful, and it really adds an amazing thing, element to the group. So I really wanted to make sure that I had the opportunity, I know that I'm talking, to actually tell you. I asked a few of our group members if they could tell us what they think of the group, because it's one thing for me to stand here and tell you. So this is what, I'm really grateful that they were willing to share this with us. So they said, sorry, having these calls every 2 weeks has been really helpful for me, especially post-treatment. Daunting at first, I feel like I have now connected to some other people on the call who have given me some great advice. As one of the younger members on this call, it gives me a great deal of hope knowing how positive and welcoming the other group members have been. And that was from Daron, who's 27. And I find the telephone support groups very valuable, probably one of the main reasons that we are going along through this, and therefore we all have we all understand what each other is thinking and feeling. Our families and friends can only try to understand the diagnosis means to us and the impact that it has on our lives. With this group, while our outcomes may be different for each other, we share and gain more insight into how we may be feeling, thinking, struggling, and so on. We have others share their experiences, how they cope with their treatments and cope with their daily life, etc. I find it so beneficial in my well-being. It also is a chance for me to express my issues, feelings, concerns, knowing that others will understand me. Before I joined this group, I felt so alone, confused, and didn't really know what to do with the devastation of my life suddenly being turned upside down and inside out. The knowledge that others are facing the same battle and somehow gives me more strength and comfort. I do a lot of reflection after the sessions, and the things that one of us may have said or mentioned just pops into my head at various times. And this helps me to cope with my emotions. It gives me direction. I feel so grateful that these beautiful people are in my life. The Brain Tumour Telephone Support Group provides a regular fortnightly hour, and that was from Lynn, who is 69, and this one gives me regular fortnightly hours with people with different brain tumours, and can each come together to speak about their personal experiences. After looking for other people diagnosed with the same type of brain tumour that I have, I was referred to the Cancer Council New South Wales to join the telephone support group almost 1 year ago. Each fortnight, there are a core group of members and other people who join occasionally. During the group, we share information about our medical journeys, upcoming appointments, tests, medications, and our feelings. The group begins with relaxation exercise and ends with a reflection, helping us to be mindful and present in our value today. Importantly, we have time to talk about the ways to help and support each other. The issues we have discussed include driving with cancer, travel, how to create emergency contacts on your phone and your bracelets, ways to decrease distress, and effects of medication. It's been great to apply some of the ideas in our own lives. I have really appreciated the group members sharing their information and their feelings, and it's been good to know that there are other people in Australia struggling in similar ways and living with brain cancer. And that was one of our female members who's 52. Look, I'm really conscious, so I'm just going to tell you the other services and tell that you can access them. So with the Cancer Council, there's transport to treatment. You can get $350 worth of calls, vouchers, help with fuel, travel, utility bills, legal support, referrals to solicitors to provide pro bono and legal and support, help with accommodation if you're living far from where you're accessing your treatment. There's online access as well to our website with written booklets, there's podcasts, there's websites, and also there is, but some of them are subject to a financial assessment. I just really wanted to quickly mention this, and then that will be me, I'll finish. We have a really new service, which is a financial navigation service, and we have 2 people who, this is a free service. When you call up, you can speak to them and they will help you to navigate the help that you need. So it's like a gateway. So from a financial and a legal perspective, they'll help you to look at budgeting from a finance perspective, which we all know when you get a cancer diagnosis, the impact that it has on you economically. Then please, if you need any of our help at all, please call our 13 11 20 telephone number. The leaflet's out there. You can look online on our website, and healthcare professionals can also access our services and make referrals via the online. So thank you very much. I really appreciate being given the opportunity, and I've tried to talk as quickly as I could.
I just want to, on behalf of all the patients and carers here, and I'm a carer, we are so lucky to have all these wonderful doctors giving their time and having these forums for us. I mean, BTA can only do so much if we didn't have their support and doing it. And it's just amazing. And that's a little something for you.
Catherine's been such a stalwart support of the brain tumour community for so many years. So thank you so much, Catherine. Look, I do want to thank people. So very quickly, our speakers, Jacob Fairhall, Michael Back, Annette Toniella, Michael Rodriguez, our panellist, and Professor Andrew Cole, Eng Siew Ko, Marina Castellan, Madaline Alexander from the Cancer Council, Megan Gion, and of course Jackie, who was the co-convener for today. I'd like to thank just a few key people from BTAA, so that includes our volunteers today. So that's Pam Hubner, Di Pooley, Bernadette Power, Jerry Ty, and Catherine herself, Catherine Hindson, so thank you so much. We also, by the way, BTAA are our bankers, so they keep the money for these forums. So if anyone wants to donate money for future forums or know someone that might, please let BTAA know. And I think there was a family, the Lazaridis family, and I think some of their bequest went towards today. I'd like to thank from the Brain Cancer Group, Jackie Yim, of course, and his team, Suzanne Paponis, Dennis Tritaris, who's been running around filming us and helping us with the day and informing people about it, and Michael Back and Marina are also very involved with the Brain Cancer Group. And also from the New South Wales Neuro-Oncology Group, Nikki Ramos and Kay Duffy, who's been a member of New South Wales Neuro-Oncology Group, who actually thought that this venue would be a good one to try. We've never tried it before. So we'd also like to thank the team from SMSA for today, for everything they did. The meals were great. And for the New South Wales Cancer Council, Not only do I want to thank Madaline Alexander again, who's going to stay around if there are any questions, but her colleague in crime, Annette Beattie, who really helped put the Cancer Council presentation together and made sure that Cancer Council were represented today. So we had a really broad range of information today, and I think you'll agree that all the speakers and panellists were fantastic and generous with their time. I'd like to thank you for your engagement, for your fabulous questions. And as Sue said, the patients and the carers are the most important part of the puzzle, and the reason we come to work, the reason that gives us the passion to for the clinicians and our allied health teams to do what we do. So wherever you are in your journey, know that there's a lot of people batting for you. There's a lot of passion out there, and a lot of research and interest. I'd like to thank everybody and wish you all very well. One bit of housekeeping. This is a QR code for your feedback. So please, just so we can make this better in the future, any suggestions. We try and mix it up. This time we really kept it pretty bread and butter because we hadn't had one for a year or two. That last year was all about sort of recurrence that the brain cancer group ran. So sometimes we focus on rarer tumours. But anyhow, any feedback is very welcome. And the Brain Cancer Group also run other educational events during the year. So thanks to everybody.